Tarra was a magnificent elephant that had spent most of her life living in a sanctuary in Tennessee. She was kind, gentle, and had a heart that was as big as her enormous body. Tarra was one of the oldest and most beloved residents of the sanctuary, and she was known for her close relationship with her best friend, a dog named Bella. Bella had been a stray dog that Tarra had taken under her wing many years ago. They had become inseparable, and they spent most of their days playing, cuddling, and exploring the sanctuary together. They were an odd pair, but they had formed an unbreakable bond that had touched the hearts of everyone who knew them. One day, tragedy struck. Bella had passed away unexpectedly, and Tarra was devastated. She had lost her best friend, and she didn't know how to cope with the pain. Tarra's handlers had never seen her like this before. She was listless. She had stopped eating and drinking. She had even stopped socializing with the other elephants in the sanctuary. Tarra was in a deep depression, and everyone was worried about her. The handlers tried everything to help Tarra. They gave her extra attention, tried to coax her to eat, and even brought in other dogs to see if they would be a suitable companion for her. But nothing seemed to work. Tarra was still grieving, and her handlers were at a loss as to what to do. One day, a new dog was brought into the sanctuary. His name was Raja, and he was a stray dog that had been found wandering on the side of the road. The handlers thought that Raja might be a good fit for Tarra, and they brought him to meet her. At first, Tarra was hesitant. She didn't want to let another dog into her heart and risk losing them again. But Raja was persistent, and he won her over with his playful spirit and his never-ending energy. As time passed, Tarra and Raja became fast friends. They spent their days playing, exploring, and cuddling just like Tarra and Bella used to. Tarra's depression slowly lifted, and she began to eat and drink again. She even started socializing with the other elephants in the sanctuary. Raja had helped her heal, and she was grateful for the new friend she had found. Tarra and Raja's friendship continued to grow, and they became the talk of the sanctuary. The other animals looked on in awe as they played and romped around together. Tarra had found a new lease on life, and she was happier than she had been in a long time. But one day, Raja disappeared. He had wandered off into the woods and hadn't come back. Tarra was devastated. She had lost another friend, and she didn't know how to deal with the pain. She searched for Raja everywhere, but he was nowhere to be found. Days turned into weeks, and Tarra continued to search for Raja. She refused to eat or drink and became listless once again. Her handlers were worried about her, and they didn't know how to help her this time. But then, something miraculous happened. One morning, Tarra was walking through the woods searching for Raja, when she came across a small clearing. In the center of the clearing was Raja, lying on the ground. Tarra rushed over to him, and to her amazement, she found that he was still alive. He had been injured and was too weak to make it back to the sanctuary. Tarra didn't hesitate. She gently lifted Raja onto her back and carried him back to the sanctuary. When Tarra and Raja arrived back at the sanctuary, the handlers immediately took Raja to the veterinarian. It was determined that Raja had a broken leg and needed surgery. Tarra was by his side the entire time, refusing to leave him. She was determined to be there for him, just like he had been there for her. After the surgery, Raja had to spend some time recovering. Tarra took care of him, making sure he had everything he needed. She would bring him food and water, and she would lie next to him, keeping him company. During their time together, Tarra and Raja's bond had grown even stronger. They had been through so much together, and they had come out even closer than before. Their friendship was a beacon of hope for everyone at the sanctuary. Tarra had shown that even in the darkest of times, love and friendship could still shine through. As Raja's leg healed, he and Tarra continued to explore the sanctuary together. They would go on long walks through the woods, and they would play together in the open fields. Tarra had found a new sense of purpose, and she was determined to live her life to the fullest, cherishing every moment she had with her friend. Years passed, and Tarra and Raja grew old together. Their bodies were no longer as strong as they used to be, but their spirits were still as vibrant as ever. They'd become the heart and soul of the sanctuary, and their friendship had inspired everyone who knew them. One day, Tarra and Raja passed away, within weeks of each other. Their passing left a void in the sanctuary, and the other animals mourned their loss, but even in death, Tarra and Raja's memory lived on. Their story had touched the hearts of so many, and it had inspired others to cherish their own friendships and to live every day to the fullest. The sanctuary had never been the same without them, and the other animals gathered together to honor their memory. They held a ceremony, and everyone spoke about the impact that Tarra and Raja had on their lives. Their legacy of love and friendship would continue to inspire others for years to come. As the sun set over the sanctuary, the other animals looked up at the sky. They knew that Tarra and Raja were up there somewhere, watching over them and smiling down at the memories they had left behind. And in that moment, they knew that their love and their friendship would live on forever. Tarra and Raja's story had shown that even in the darkest of times, there's always hope. Their friendship had overcome even the greatest of tragedies, and it had brought joy and light to the lives of everyone they had touched. Their legacy was a reminder to cherish the people and animals we love, and to never take a single moment for granted.